Welcome to the second restart of the Late Night Ops Not Live Radio Podcast Hour. This is the Late Night Ops and Jacobson. Shout out to Lester Holt for having fucking possibly not lenses in his glasses, which I'm just now realizing and thinking about because I can't get the fucking light proper without it shining through my glass. So I thought about wearing sunglasses, but it seems like if I just keep my head low, it's fine. So shout out to that. Hey, you know what a lot of people are gonna be getting for Christmas? Sick. People are gonna be getting COVID for Christmas. I mean, hey, everything tried to warn people. Shout out to, I guess, me maybe not understanding because I don't really have any family to travel to. The only family is basically right here. So, we're all mixing our fucking, mixing our air, and it is what it is. But, some people try to care, but yeah, I mean, I guess you can't blame people. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, that seems like a great reason not to do that, because the holidays, I think the best way they put it was, alright, so travel for Thanksgiving, well, you might not make it to Christmas. Shout out to, maybe we can make it to Christmas, a Toasty Digital, Kanye album. So shout out to that. Shout out to, I need to maybe learn some like holiday music, I guess. I guess I'm not super. I don't know a lot of Christmas songs, or I don't really like a lot of Christmas songs. I can't think of one specifically. I mean, they all just kind of sing the same ones. The best ones of all time, probably the Mariah Carey one and Last Christmas. Wham. Shout out to fucking Wham. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about holiday music is it's just the same guy singing it over and singing another one. I actually do have a fucking NSYNC Christmas album, which I think there might be some original shit on there, but I don't know. I honestly got it on fucking eBay for like 30 cents a couple years ago. And, it is holiday vibes and shit. I think it's fun. Shout out to NSYNC being bigger than Backstreet when, Backstreet is, I mean, hey, call them the boys, call them the Backstreet, whatever. But they're kind of like an R&B group. Yeah, I mean, you can call them a boy band, but hey, isn't every band with boys a fucking boy band? uh, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you look at the hits, the dedications, the albums, them sticking together, I like that. And yeah, I mean, it's just like Boys to Men. They went from boys to men, and I I don't think the Backstreet Men sounds right, so I get it. It's just like New Kids on the Block. What do you change it to? Two New Men on the Block? Cause yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. Uh, Two Men on a Block. I always thought, I guess as far as like, I guess as far as beginning or singles, I go in sync. But as far as albums, I would definitely go Backstreet. Shout out to there being a Backstreet and a Blackstreet. No Diggity. Uh, what is it? Before I Let You Go, Blackstreet. I know a couple by them. But yeah, I mean, the Black and Blue album, I like that. Millennium, shout out. Just Got Paid on NSYNC's No Strings Attached. That is a cover. It's a cover. And hey, they really beat. They really got early into the uh, like they have a song called like Digital Get Down. So I mean, I don't know how the fuck you do that when that album came out, but you know. Shout out to Digitally Getting Down. Shout out to fucking the fun vibe of the Just Got Paid. It's fun. Shout out to Justin Timberlake for being pretty cool for several fucking years after that. But I don't know. His like Lost in the Woods album, his Lost in the Woods or Man of the Woods album. I get what he's doing, uh, but it just didn't work really. And you know, he thanks props to JT for showing us Janet Jackson's titty. Shout out. You know, shout out to not really understanding why Janet Jackson got basically blackballed from the music industry. You know, I mean, I don't think it's his fault. I don't think he thought, hey, I think during the Super Bowl halftime, I'm gonna fucking show Janet's titty to everybody. I don't think that was just planned. I guess they say. I guess they say the plan was she had a red cover and a black cover over her like left tit, right? So you're supposed to pull the black cover off, and it's supposed to reveal a red fucking tit. Well, it didn't work out that way. So shout out the props. I mean props. I think I think somewhere in JT's mind he's like, hey, what if I just fucking take it off? So shout out, but shout out to it always being one guy in a group that makes it. Bobby Brown, JT, Harry Styles, and I guess, I mean, there really is no breakout star in the Backstreet. That's the thing. They just operate better together. And, you know, some things in life operate better together. Some things in life operate on your own operation. So shout out to operations. Alright, well, you know, I wait as the details come in on this because I don't want to make assumptions, but new updates on the Casey Goodson Jr. Uh, uh, what's up? Casey Goodson Jr. So new details. Well, his keys were in the door, and there were subs on the floor. Shout out to that probably being in a rap song here soon. Keys in the door, subs on the floor, and I mean it kind of checks out what his family says, and I seen his mom talking, and it definitely is just like, uh, I mean it's heartbreaking to see. I mean I just can't even imagine, and I don't even think I could ever really understand what that would feel like. Oh, so a fucking guy with a badge is allowed to just kill people. I mean, how is that right? It is. And they say they say he waves a gun, and if he, I mean, there's really no way of knowing if he waves a fucking gun, but I don't see why you do that. If he went to the dentist, which I'm sure records will show, you know, I mean, I thought you couldn't eat after the dentist, but maybe he was like getting it for his like fucking cousin or something. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I just don't want to jump on every one of these like police things because once you start digging in to your side instead of just waiting for the facts, then it kind of kills your whole cause. Because then people will point out like, oh, well, this case, you know, he was he was in the wrong. And I mean, 90% of them, the police instigate. I think that's the word. Uh, yeah, they make it worse. And I mean, that's kind of like the opposite of their job, to protect, not to kill us. I mean, not me, I guess. I'm fucking white, so I guess I get a pass. Thanks, cops. But I mean, I don't know. I just know how petty and fucking stupid police can be, and how they use their power for not good. Not all of them, but yeah. I mean, even me myself, I've been pulled over for stupid fucking shit. Uh, when I worked at the Marriott's, I always smoked 2 cigs on the way back. Uh, when I was coming back from Dublin to Raymond, and they have the like little sections where the cops just fucking sit, and I always envision them just like when a car goes by, meow, meow, like looking, but most of them probably aren't. But this guy, he was fucking looking. He needed some quota to fill or some kind of shit like that. So I have all my windows up. It's nighttime, and I'm smoking a cigarette, and he pulls me over saying that he thought he smelled weed. I'm just like, my guy, how the fuck do you smell weed when a car goes 70 miles per hour past you with its window up? And then he tries to be all funny about it, like, oh, I guess my sniffer's off tonight. Oh, like, well, that's great, my guy, but you're kind of like throwing a fucking wrench in my night. So yeah, he let me go and all this stuff. I had to show him my pack of cigarettes, and I think it's cause, well, I guess in American spirit, it is thick. So all it took for him to fucking stop me was thinking the cherry of a cigarette was a blunt. And shout out to blunts, but I'm not. I mean, every stoner knows you don't drive with weed. You just don't do it. Just today, I come up on whatever fucking road. I don't know what it was. The one that leads to the main road that goes into town. Shout out to having to say going into town. But yeah, I was going into town, and you know, there's a cop, two cops with a German Shepherd and a nice looking car that's parked on the side off there. And I was just thinking, like, alright, so if they're stopping somebody that's like trafficking dangerous stuff or stuff like that, great. Props to you. Because, I mean, let's face it, this town is, I'm pretty sure, a stoner town and a drinking town. I do not know of anybody, I do not know of anything of like, anything deadly or like, I mean, it's all around, but I don't know of anything big like that around here. So I was just thinking, like, alright, so are they really getting a drug dog out, sniffing around, scaring the fuck out of the guy, whoever was in there, over weed? Like, did he traffic a bunch, or was it just some dude picking up a fucking gram, and and they stop him and get a whole dog out? Because I mean, that's the thing. If you're buying like good shit, then you can pretty much smell it no matter what. And I mean, I guess in Ohio it's decriminalized to a certain amount. That's so confusing, decriminalized but not legal. I don't really get that. But yeah, I mean, I I don't get how our state hasn't like realized how many pointless times, and I would probably get off way more easy if I got caught with that, right? I'm sure in Ohio there's cases like that, but I know they talk about, uh, you know, a black guy spending 4 years in prison for pot possession. Like, what is that? I think I think anything to do with drugs, as long as it's not trafficking them, if it's like a user, then that person should be helped, guided, sent to like rehabilitation things, stuff like that. Because it's kind of like a reverse thing where it's not really helping. Because yeah, I mean, it's fucking sad the state the world's in. You know, you hear on the news them literally telling people like, "Hey, if you're gonna do heroin, keep a Narcan with you." It's just like very sad that the world feels that way, and it's by fact, you know, people getting hooked on pharmaceuticals, and then it expands to that, and it's just sad. I mean, I don't think it's big around here, but I mean, I know like Southern Ohio, I know, I think West Virginia and Kentucky are like the fucking, I mean, fucking epicenter for this opioid thing. And it's really sad, and I just don't get with the knowledge of what that does. I just don't get why anybody with a brain would even get involved in it. I mean, sure, experiment with some fun drugs, but nothing crazy like that. I mean, anything I've done has been pretty much safe. I mean, acid is safe. I've never tried shrooms, but I've thought about trying it. But I don't know. I think I'm too scared to do that until I don't know. You gotta have you can have a bad trip and that'd be scary. I remember uh, a couple acid trips, and I mean, I remember me and my roommate at the time. We had like one tab, and it's just like a little post-it thing, and you can look it up. I mean, acid is like safe. I think shrooms are safer, but I mean, it's unbelievable what you can unlock in your mind, and every time I did it, I felt like restarted, not retarded, restarted. I mean, you have realizations, and I mean, everything. It just really it opens your mind majorly. But yeah, I mean, we had one tab one time. We cut the fucking thing in half, and I mean, it was just enough to where you're not tripping out, but you're just like, I don't know. It's fucking funny as fuck. We were like shooting Nerf guns in the apartment, fucking rolling on the floor laughing at fucking nothing. Like, it was really fun, but it's one of those things where I've only done it like 3 or 4 times, and only because I have a guy that I trust who had it, and it was definitely a good time. But it's not one of those things you want to do all the time. That's the thing. It's like make everything a treat. I remember I remember one of the funniest things on acid was so I spilt I spilt juice on the carpet, and I was wearing a robe with clothes on. I don't really just fucking walk around in a robe. Uh, but yeah, I don't even know why I was wearing the robe, but that's what it would be for anyway. But yeah, I mean, I was wearing a robe, and I spilled juice on the floor, and like uh, my roommate was at work, and it was snowing outside, and I don't know. I remember a moment where I spilled juice, and I was like, oh, I need a towel. I need a towel, and I started looking around, and then and then I just like realized I'm wearing a fucking towel. So I laid down on it, and I just started rolling around into the thing, absorbing it with the robe, and being like, I am the towel. I am the towel. So yeah, I mean, and then I remember going outside, which was kind of scary to do. But I walked out there, and like the snow falling, I never noticed it more in my entire life than that moment. I mean, just seeing it fall, I was, what did I say, cheesing hard, and it was it was fun. But yeah, I mean, uh, I mostly only had good experiences with it, but I remember one time. I remember one time, me and my roommate. Well, I guess he wasn't my roommate when we lived here, but you know, my friend at the time. We did it out in the. We have a big yard here, so we tripped out in the yard, and I remember we were playing like Yellow Submarine by the Beatles, which I gotta check into the Beatles more. If I like Oasis so much, then what the fuck? I would have to like the Beatles. I like Come Together. I like Here Comes the Walrus, which I guess is I thought was an Oasis song, but I guess it's uh a Beatles cover, I guess. And I mean, obviously, Oasis is extremely inspired by the Beatles. And I guess I don't know a lot of the Beatles, but I just like the fact that they're edgier, they're really badass, and not only that, but they have nothing but good messages. I can't even explain how positive that Oasis has been in my life. Uh, I consider the master plan like something that potentially saved my life many times. It's almost, I literally wrote in a notebook a long time ago, Oasis, the master plan, is the guidebook to life. And I mean, as far as music goes, it's extremely helpful. I got in, I had some Nirvana phase, but that music is so dark, so dark, and I just don't get how. I mean, I get it. You're, I mean, think about it. I'm not trying to disrespect Kurt Cobain, but let's. This dude was extremely hurt on heroin, and people try to say, I guess he didn't kill himself, but I mean, that's what all that darkness leads to. You let all that darkness creep into your mind, you start doing bad stuff, thinking dark, thinking scary things, and that is not what most young people need. Uh, so yeah, I mean, shout out to Oasis for being inspiring and like a good, positive thing. But yeah, back to the story. Yeah, we were tripping out in the yard there, and we both have our dogs in the car. Uh, and I remember like we 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 took it like early in the morning, and then after it started to settle in, we started to realize like, hey, what the fuck are we gonna do? We can't do it. We can't go anywhere. We can't drive on acid. That'd be a terrible idea. Uh, I remember sitting in the car thinking like, hey, why don't we go walk in the woods and trip? But I don't know why. I felt scared to do it, and the whole time that was my plan. But yeah, I was just like, I don't want to walk in the woods right now. But yeah, we did get out of the car eventually, and our dogs our dogs start running off into different directions, and you're tripping. So we literally ended up like crisscross across the fucking 7 acres. Me on the far front right corner, and then him all the way in the left back corner, getting our dogs rounded up. And I remember as I walked up to Dexter, he just looked so fucking weird. I was like, Dexter? I remember like obviously knowing it's Dexter, and then as I got closer, I was like doing that like, Dexter? And it's fucking broad daylight out. But yeah, we rounded him back up, and then it's funny because we met in the middle, and we both said the same thing of like, I did not even recognize the dog. He was like saying the same thing about looking for shadow and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I feel you. And we start walking towards the back to the car, and I remember the grass pretty much coming in waves. It looked like a green ocean. So shout out to that. And yeah, in that same moment, I don't know. I remember Alex describing. I don't mean to give names. My friend describing a moment at the apartment when we were tripping of like being scared and like thinking he's gonna freak out. And that guy has more of an, I guess, a negative mindset, and it happened to him several times, like scary trips. But I'm probably jinxing it here, but it never happened to me. I pretty much only had fun, nothing really bad. Again, I've only done it a couple times, but yeah. Shout out to what was it? Oh yeah, Minefield. It's a the only YouTube Red series that I figured was worth watching, and it all came out for free. But yeah, there's a show called Minefield on YouTube Red, and uh, he goes. I can't remember where it's at. I don't know, in the fucking jungle. I can't research things while this is going like this. But yeah, he goes out to the jungle and tries ayahuasca, which is, I guess, like a DMT type thing. Maybe similar, maybe the same, something like that. But yeah, I mean, I've heard Joe Rogan talk about DMT, and uh, it seems like it basically sends you off to another fucking dimension for like 5 minutes. But it could feel like a fucking hour, it could feel like days, it could feel like weeks. But in reality, it's only a couple minutes. Would I ever try DMT? I don't think I'll ever have an opportunity to. But uh, everybody that's done it says it is a thing you should do in life. Cause yeah, I mean, just acid alone, it resets your brain. It makes you realize stuff. And I came out the fucking after every single trip, I came out just feeling like fuck. I get it. I fucking get it now. Cause it makes you think really deep. It's like doing fucking the Matrix in your head. You start unlocking things and realizing stuff, and yeah, I mean, it's a pretty amazing thing to experience. But I mean, I've been a little bit too scared to try it again for a while because I don't know. I mean, I live in my fucking dad's house, and I don't know about tripping in my fucking bedroom. It sounds. I feel like I'd have a bad trip. Uh, there can be a lot of like negative energy here. So, I mean, there's one negative force, you know. I consider that the negative, I'm the positive. Shout out. So, I probably wouldn't do it here because you need positive vibes, positive people, and, you know, it's not a good idea to do it when there's negative, let's just say, energy in the home. So, shout out. But yeah, I mean, once I get fucking out on my own, I mean, I've heard Sarah Silverman tell stories of tripping and like walking through the city with her friend. I mean, that sounds. I feel like I'd freak out. I don't feel like I could be walking in the city tripping. But maybe it'd be fun as fuck. I mean, that's the thing. It will be really fun, but I think you would need a friend to kind of like supervise you. Uh, Not that you're like out of your fucking mind, but things can just seem weird during that time. But yeah, I mean, I would do it again. I would love to go out west, trip acid. I'd probably do it there. But that's the thing. I'd have to be settled in out there because whenever I get into a new spot, uh, I feel extremely weird at first. Like when I moved, I lived in one other apartment and then another apartment. So when I moved from here to the first apartment, I remember being, I don't know, it felt really weird. I felt scared. I couldn't sleep. I felt just weird because it's just new. And then, a couple weeks in, it breaks in, and you're like, holy fuck, this is awesome. And then the second apartment, the same thing. I felt super fucking weird there. I felt not comfortable. I felt just weird. And we still had the lease to the other apartment for like a week into the second apartment lease. So I remember going back to the empty first apartment and like sleeping on the floor there. I mean, that's the thing. New things are always going to feel uncomfortable, but it means you're doing something right. Yeah, I mean, you got to feel that. Cause yeah, I mean, I'm not, uh, I'm not after anything crazy in life, really. I just want to be happy and do what I want. Cause I know I've said this a million times, but it just means so much to me. Like, man, I, I can't live, I can't live the way 90% of the people around this town do. It's the town of dead dreams, town of Honda University is the highest hope you got. Uh, and yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I gotta be single till I'm fucking 40. I'll do it because I don't want to just scoop up the first bitch, get the first good job I have, and then be stuck in all that and be miserable. I would rather wait, work towards the career I want, and then when I'm successful, the right girl will be like, hey, let's fucking operate together. And I just, I just get so, I just get so excited about that. I mean, damn, I'm a guy that really wants that, and I definitely eventually will want to have like a child and all that kind of stuff. But that's the thing; it all comes in waves, and the first wave, cause fuck, man, if I had a fucking kid when I was like 22, 23, like a lot of people around here, well, my kid would have been born me being a broke fucking alcoholic. I mean, fuck. I mean, my kid will see me and think, uh, I want my kid to look at me and think, yeah, I want him to teach me how to live life and feel things and love and just expressing yourself and I think that's what a good mother and father team can do. And I mean, I'll probably make my own mistakes, absolutely. It's a learning process. I mean, even even Dexter, he's like my trial child. Uh, Cause I mean, people might think it's funny, but a dog is sort of similar to like having a child. You gotta take care of them. You gotta think about them. You gotta understand how they feel, and uh, I mean, I think I've gotten a whole lot better at that. I mean, we're just two fucking peas in a pod. I'm all anxious. He's all anxious. We both got fucking uh, curly, messed up hair. He's got messed up hair, curly. And, we're pretty much perfect for each other. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a good practice for learning to love something besides your, like, thinking about your own self and all that kind of stuff and stepping outside yourself. Because, I mean, just like me growing up, I probably had a lot of, I guess, like issues. I mean, fuck. I was scared of the dark. I still am kind of scared of the dark. I wouldn't say I'm scared. I just say I like the light. I haven't slept in complete darkness in a long time, to be honest. So I don't even know. I just know that I would try it. I would shut the light off, and I'd just be like, fuck it. I'm turning the light. I think it's cozy, really. It's nice. But yeah, I mean, I always want to be there for my kid and understand, and I think it's a good practice. And yeah, I probably will make my own fucking mistakes, but I think the first key is finding the person you're really supposed to be with. That's the most important thing, cause man, I don't want just a fucking wife. I want the fucking most badass, most fucking beautiful, fucking brilliant wife ever. And I'll wait. I'll fucking wait. I don't know where the fuck she is. I don't know. She'll be anywhere. But it's exciting to think about. So I'll get there someday. But, the operations gotta continue, first of all. Because I think about that. If I was with somebody, then, I'd probably focus less on doing what I want to do. But that's the thing. It's about finding somebody that understands you, likes what you do, you have a lot in common, they share what you want to do. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the base for having that. And that's something to think about. If God allows me to be on this fucking earth long enough to accomplish my what I see as my destiny and accomplish having a family, but with the right family. Because going back, I mean, first of all, I wouldn't want to bring a kid into a world where the climate ain't even cared about. I mean, what? I'm gonna say, hey kid, sorry, we fucked the whole earth up, and I'm dying. It's yours now. It seems selfish, and we had a. I don't want to say the fucking clown's name, but we had a clown that pretty much tornadoed our whole fucking efforts and fucked up a lot of stuff. I mean, but I mean it's fun. It's fun because history in time will show what that means and where he is in history. And I truly, truly believe he'll go down as the worst. I'll give him funny president ever of all time. Because, yeah, at first it was funny. Oh, this fucking idiot saying this and all this stuff. It's funny, but then when you start seeing, like, holy fuck, the world is being fucked right now. People are laughing at us. You got Europe thinking we're fucking idiots. Like, I mean, it's a joke to the whole world. A joke to me. I mean, think about after this fucking idiot was out. The whole fucking world erupted in joy. Not just America, all over the world. Because I think they were looking at us like, fuck, what the fuck is going on over in America? Like, damn. That ain't America. And I know that America is about loving all people, no matter what. Anybody with a pure heart, accepting all people, fighting for all people. Because it's a nation for everybody. We're a fucking melting pot. And fuck, let's melt to fucking together. Because shout out to fucking, shout out to like island women and fucking like all kinds of skin tones. I mean, fuck. I'm down for it. But I don't know what the girl would look like, but I know that's gonna be perfect for me. And whoever it is, I'm excited for that. But yeah, I mean, we're a fucking melting pot, so let's melt. We've always been that way. I mean, I don't think you just let people fucking flood in here, but I mean, why do you think Mexicans fucking try to get over here so hard? Because they're living in a really fucking wild place. And I worked at hotels. I've worked with many Mexican people, and let me tell you, they're the biggest fucking sweethearts in the whole fucking world. They're nice, kind, family oriented. Uh, and if that's a thing you don't like, guess what? 80% of Mexico is Catholic, so they're Christians. And not that should matter, but I mean they're Christians. So is it a Christian way to do that to people? I mean, no, we should be helping them. Why do you think they fucking want over here so bad? Because they have opportunities. And I'm not even kidding. I remember, uh, I remember at the Marriott. Well, I won't say which one. I mean, they probably still do it, but I remember them like trying to hide something from somebody because some of them didn't have green cards and stuff. I mean, you gotta do it properly, but you also gotta have a heart. I mean, they're Christians. Not that that matters, but I guess it means something, and I guess it does. But what I think it means is you're turning your back on other Christians just because of a different skin tone. And yeah, they're all. I mean, obviously there's asshole fucking whiteys, there's asshole blacks, there's asshole fucking Asians, Indians, fucking whatever, asshole Mexicans. I mean, humans can be assholes, but but yeah, I mean, we're all people, we're all human, we all have hearts, and yeah, I mean, that's something I very much think is cool about. Something that's very cool about Mexican people is they take care of each other, they look out for each other, and yeah, I mean, I think they have some good values and stuff like that, and just being very sweet and yeah, I mean they're like they're just very positive. At least the ones I knew. I mean, good people. So shout out to loving all people, no matter what. And yeah, obviously, obviously there's a lot more evil aspects to, like, I hate to say it, but yeah, I mean, like Muslim religion, there's a lot of evilness to it. But here's the thing. I worked with somebody that was a Muslim when I worked at the Marriott. They had a fucking prayer rug and all this stuff. And damn it, if they weren't so fucking sweet and nice, and it just opened my eyes. I remember, growing up where I grow up, or still am, uh, people just judge people off that, and I remember just a very kind person. She was the first person that showed me chai. Wait, I think it was like real chai tea. She made it in the place. Brought her little thing in and made it for me, and I was like, wow. Introduced me to something new, something cultured. I was like, hey, shout out, and it was delicious. So yeah, I mean, there's assholes of every color, but there's also love of every color. So I mean, I think it's natural to like go to your own tribe and stuff like that. Because I mean, we try to relate to what we know and stuff, but you always got to step outside of that, and I guess lead with your heart, cause yeah, I mean, it's a fucking evil world, and it's a scary world. It's a selfish world. But we're all humans, and we all got each other. So I mean, sure, some things you can't change. Being being ignorant is something that you can only really change through life experiences. And I would say I would probably be more ignorant at 18 versus obviously now. Because, you know, I got out. I got out into the fucking city and I saw all kinds of people, all kinds of good people, and had all types of different color friends. And I just feel like that's how the world should be, together as one. Because, like I said, skin tone really is only a matter of where you're at on a fucking map. Think about that. Hating people based off where the fucking sun landed on them. Because, I mean, people in fucking Africa, I mean, they get super, super, super black in the hotter parts. And, you know, the colder parts are more white. And yeah, I mean, that's the fun of America. We're all mixed together. We all love together. We all believe in the same values, hopefully. And I just think it's a good vibe. But obviously there has to be rules, you know. We can't just open the fucking floodgates and say, "Hey, everybody, come on in." But if somebody has the heart to go through citizenship, learn about the country, then why can't they be a part of it? Because I don't even know what my fucking descendants are, really. But nobody is like purely American. We're all, unless you're a fucking Native American, which they probably aren't even fucking native. Because, I mean, somebody had to be here before, right? But, I mean, that's what happens. Land gets taken, and it's just the way it is. Obviously, put my heart out to the Indians, but hey, the fucking cowboys took over. And I know we did wrong and all that kind of stuff in certain aspects. But yeah, I mean, I think we, I think we did right by, I don't know, they like own casinos or something. So, and I think they do get, I think they get, what's it called? I hate to say it, I think it's reparations. I think something like that. They get some kind of money, and if you're like proven to be like 100% Seminole or something like that. So yeah, I mean, we're a melting pot. Let's keep melting. Let's keep pot. Uh, we gotta get pot legalized everywhere throughout the United States. I mean, it's so bizarre to me. I hate to fucking go on this again, but it's so bizarre to me that alcohol is fine. They're like, fine, check, okay. When it's literally so dangerous, destroys your body, destroys your fucking mind. I mean, you're not. See, when you smoke weed, you're just like chill, self reflecting. That's a huge thing. When I smoke, I just be thinking like, thinking inward more, and I always am, but it's almost like putting a mirror up to yourself, and you start thinking about things. And I mean, I've had so many great turning points where I just get stoned. I think about something messy that happened, and I go, "Hey, I could have done this better." And I know nobody's getting drunk and thinking that. People that drink are just more aggressive. It's a route to like angry thinking. It's a route to drunk driving, which not only does it kill your body, but you could kill somebody out on the road. And it's just bizarre to me. I mean, sure, you shouldn't drive high, but it's really not that hard to do. I would say it's more fun in a way because if I ever get real stoned and I drive, I literally get so serious about it. I act like I'm like operating a plane or a ship, and you're just like, all right, dear, drive. And I don't know, it almost makes you more focused on the road, but yeah, I mean, obviously you shouldn't do that, but I'm just saying, as far as like driving high versus driving drunk. Driving high and music while you're driving high, podcasts, that's really fun, but I guess I haven't done that in a little while, but yeah, I mean, it's such a harmless thing. It's medicine to a lot of people, medically for your and mentally, because I mean, it's just like I see it as a very positive thing, and I've definitely taken weed overboard in the past, but I know why. I know why. That's the thing. It's always self-reflecting. I know why. Because I wasn't doing what I wanted to. I wasn't living how I wanted to. And I would just run to the bong and be like, all right, bong, I'm wasting my life. Help me relax. So going into things now, I mean, I feel when I do smoke, I'm able to do it much more, not so erratically. Take a little puff, chill, feel it, and just relax. And I can't even tell you how good it feels to, at the end of the day, smoke a little bit after you did what you wanted to do. You lived how you wanted to live, and you get to pause, relax, and reset. And there's really no danger to it. I mean, a guy wants to get stoned, play a video game, play a fucking, watch some Tonight Show, eat a little something. Yeah, I mean, it's so harmless. And that fucking turtle guy, Mitch McConnell, that guy needs to fucking get the fuck out of here. Because I think he's a big reason why it hasn't happened. But I get that priorities are first. Obviously, we gotta get a vaccine, get the climate back on track, and then, hey, let's get fucking pot legal. Fuck. Most states do have medical. Most states are getting on board with recreational, but it's just a crazy thing to me. Alright, well, we're closing in on an hour here. To keep it true to the title, this is the Late Night Ops Not Live Radio Podcast Hour. My name is Aaron Jacobson, aka the fucking Late Night Ops. And these are the operations. So, opt into your dreams. That Move On Up song. Your dreams are your only scheme, so keep on pushing. Shout out. Thank you for watching, and the operations continue. So find your light, find your love, find your peace. Do what you want to do. Just don't hurt nobody. And yeah, shout out to life. Take it.